1 Samuel chapter 9. There was a man named Kish from the tribe of Benjamin. Kish was a very important person. He was the son of Abiel, the son of Zerah. Zerah was the son of Bechorath, the son of the Abias, from the tribe of Benjamin. Kish had a son named Saul. Saul was a handsome young man. He was more handsome than anyone in Israel, and he was a head taller than anyone else. The donkeys that belonged to Saul's father Kish were lost. So Kish spoke to his son Saul. He said, "Go and look for the donkeys. Take one of the servants with you." Saul and his servant went through the hill country of Ephraim. They also went through the area around Salisha, but they didn't find the donkeys. So they went on into the area of Salim, but the donkeys were not there either. Then Saul went through the territory of Benjamin, but they still didn't find the donkeys. When Saul and the servant with him reached the area of Zub, Saul spoke to the servant. He said, "Come on, let's go back. If we don't, my father will stop thinking about the donkeys. Instead, he will start worrying about us." But the servant replied, "There's a man of God here in Ramah. People have a lot of respect for him. Everything he says comes true. So let's go and see him now. Perhaps he will tell us which way to go." Saul said to his servant, "If we go to see the man, what can we give him? There isn't any food in our sacks. We don't have a gift for the man of God, so what can we give him?" The servant answered Saul again. "Look," he said, "I've got a tenth of an ounce of silver. I will give it to the man of God. Then maybe he will tell us which way to go." In Israel, prophets used to be called seers. So if someone wanted to ask God for advice, they would say, "Come on, let's go to the seal." Saul said to his servant, "That's a good idea. Come on, let's go and ask the seer." So they started out for the town where the man of God lived. They were going up the hill toward the town. Along the way, they met some young men who were coming out to get water from the well. Saul had a servant ask him, "Is the seer here?" "Yes, he is," they answered. "In fact, he is just up ahead of you, so hurry along. He has just come to our town today. The people are going to offer a sacrifice at the high place where they worship. As soon as you enter the town, you will find him. He will be there until he goes up to the high place to eat. The people won't start eating until he gets there. He must bless the sacrifice first. After that, those who are invited will eat. So go on up. You should find him there just about now." They went up to the town. As they were entering it, they saw Samuel. He was coming toward them. He was on his way up to the high place. The Lord had spoken to Samuel the day before Saul came. He had said, "About this time tomorrow I will send you a man. He is from the land of Benjamin. Anoint him to be the king of my people Israel. He will save them from the power of the Philistines. I have seen how much my people are suffering. Their cry for help has reached me." When Samuel saw a man coming toward him, the Lord spoke to Samuel again. He said, "He's the man I told you about. His name is Saul. He will govern my people." Saul approached Samuel at the gate of the town. He asked Samuel, "Can you please show me the shearer's house?" "I'm the shearer." Samuel replied, "Go on up to the high place ahead of me. I want you and your servant to eat with me today. Tomorrow morning I will tell you what's on your mind. Then I will send you on your way. Don't worry about the donkeys you lost 3 days ago. They have already been found. But who do all the Israelites want? You and your father's whole family." Saul answered, "But I am from the tribe of Benjamin. It's the smallest tribe in Israel, and my family group is the least important in the whole tribe of Benjamin. So why are you saying that to me?" Then Samuel brought Saul and his servant into the room where they would be eating. He seated them at the head table. About 30 people had been invited. And Samuel said to the cook, "Bring the piece of meat I gave you. It's the one I told you to put to one side." So the cook went and got a choice piece of thigh. He set it in front of Saul. Samuel said, "Here is what has been kept for you. Eat it. It was put to one side for you for this special occasion. We have saved it for you ever since I've invited the guests." And Saul ate with Samuel that day. They came down from the high place of the town. After that, Samuel talked with Saul on the roof of Samuel's house. The next day they got up about the time the sun was rising. Samuel called out to Saul on the roof. He said, Get ready, and I will send you on your way. So Saul got ready, and he and Samuel went outside together. As they were on their way down to the edge of the town, Samuel spoke to Saul. He said, "Tell the servant to go ahead of us." So the servant went on ahead. Then Samuel continued, "Stay here for a while. I will give you a message from God." 1 Samuel chapter 10. Then Samuel took a bottle of olive oil. He poured it on Saul's head and kissed him. He said, "The Lord has anointed you to be the king of his people. When you leave me today, you will meet two men that will be near Rachel's tomb at Zelzah on the border of Benjamin. They will say to you, 'The donkeys you have been looking for have been found.' Now your father has stopped thinking about them. Instead, he's worried about you. He's asking, 'What can I do to find my son?' You will go on from Zelzah until you come to the large tree at Tabor. 3 men will meet you there. They will be on their way up to Bethel to worship God. Another will be carrying 3 loaves of bread. A third will be carrying a bottle of wine. It will be a bottle made out of animal skin. The men will greet you. They will offer you 2 loaves of bread. You will accept the loaves from them. After that, you will go to Gibeah of God. Some Philistine soldiers are stationed there. As you approach the town, you will meet a group of prophets. They will be coming down from the high place where they worship. People will be playing lyres, tambourines, flutes, and harps at the head of the group. The prophets will be prophesying. The Spirit of the Lord will come powerfully on you. Then you will prophesy along with them. You will become a different person. All these things will happen. Then do what you want to do. God is with you. Go down ahead of me to Gilgal. You can be sure that I will come down to you there. I will come and sacrifice burnt offerings and friendship offerings. But you must wait there for 7 days until I come to you. Then I will tell you what to do." As Saul turned to leave Samuel, God changed Saul's heart. All these things happened that day when Saul and his servant arrived at Gibeah. A group of prophets met Saul. Then the Spirit of God came powerfully on him. He prophesied along with them. Those who had known Saul before saw him prophesying with the prophets. They asked one another, "What has happened to the son of Kish? Is Saul also one of the prophets?" A man who lived in Gibeah answered, "Yes, he is. In fact, he is their leader. That's why people say, 'Is Saul also one of the prophets?'" After Saul stopped prophesying, he went to the high place to worship. Later, Saul's uncle spoke to him and his servant. He asked, "Where have you been?" "Looking for the donkeys," Saul said, "but we couldn't find them. So we went to Samuel." Saul's uncle said, "Tell me what Samuel said to you." Saul replied, "He told us the donkeys has been found," but Saul didn't tell his uncle that Samuel had said he would become king. Samuel sent a message to the Israelites. He told them to meet with the Lord at Mizpah. He said to them, "The Lord is the God of Israel. He says, 'Israel, I brought you up out of Egypt. I saved you from their power. I also saved you from the power of all the kingdoms that had treated you badly. But now you have turned your backs on your God. He saved you out of all your trouble and suffering. In spite of that, you have said, 'We refuse to listen. Place a king over us.' So now gather together to meet with the Lord. Do it tribe by tribe and family group by family group." Then Samuel had each tribe of Israel come forward. The tribe of Benjamin was chosen by casting lots. Next, he had the tribe of Benjamin come forward, family group by family group. A matrix group was chosen. Finally, Saul, the son of Kish, was chosen. But when people looked for him, they realized he wasn't there. They needed more help from the Lord. So they asked him, "Has the man come here yet?" The Lord said, "Yes, he has hidden himself along the supplies." So they ran over there and brought him out. When he stood up, the people saw that he was a head taller than any of them. Samuel spoke to all the people. He said, "Look at the man the Lord has chosen. There isn't anyone like him among all the people." Then the people shouted, "May the king live a long time." Samuel explained to the people the rights and duties of the kings who ruled over them. He wrote them down in a book. He placed it in front of the Lord in the holy tent. Then he sent the people away. He sent each of them to their own homes. Saul also went to his home in Gibeah. Some brave men whose hearts God had touched went with Saul. But some people who wanted to stir up trouble said, How can this fellow save us? They looked down on him. They didn't bring him any gifts, but Sora kept quiet about it.